G'day folks, this is Sim and welcome back to TerraFirmaCraft done from down under. Our trees have grown, but before we go and check out the developments over there, I thought it might be an idea to come and see how the farm is coming along. Right now we're in early summer, so we've still got a large chunk of the year to go. And let's just switch modes. Okay, so the barley and the wheat still aren't ready. I can't remember what that one was, to be honest, but none of these are ready. The carrots are still coming along. The cabbage or cauliflower, whatever that is, this does appear to be ready, so we probably should harvest those. And these, I believe there were onions. They have actually regrown, but we can see the result of the experiment. This one here is really struggling, and if we switch back to nutrient mode we can see that it's flat out. So we are getting some growth out of it, but it's very slow. It's not returning enough. It will probably grow before the end of the year though, so we should be okay. Over here, the peppers. Now I don't know whether they're going to recrop because they have no nutrients. We'll have to see. Obviously these ones here are working along, but they've hit a bit of a brick wall. These ones here have still got a ways to go, so we'll see how that all pans out over time. Most importantly, we really need to see whether this is ready, and it's still not ready, and this is the stuff that I really want, because with that I can make the ropes and then I can go and get some animals. Alright, so that's not too bad. We will grab the cabbages, and I'll have a quick look here actually and see how this ground's recovering. So we can see now that it's actually picked up quite a bit over here. It's still not great, but it should be fine for next year. And considering that these ones have got to come over here, I think what we will do, see there's not much better growth over there, is we'll harvest these and we'll replant them at the beginning of the next growing season. So let's grab these now. Don't think we can right click them, no. And we got enough seeds back. We got 8 seeds back. We got a bonus seed out of those because we only had 7 down in here, so that's good. That shows that the farming skill is starting to come into play. We'll throw those up in there, and that's not a bad amount of cabbage actually. Now all we need to do is get a recipe for sauerkraut. No, actually I think coleslaw is probably a better option. Alright, so let's go and have a look at what we have done over here. All of the trees have grown, which is great, and hopefully we'll get enough saplings to expand the farm. And quite a few of them have actually grown small. That's about the largest size, and you can see that one there is really quite tiny. You can also see here where they will quite happily grow side by side, and I'll show you how that's going to work. Let's actually use a full axe on this, but before we do that we need to see how we go with harvesting the saplings. So now we can't fully do this side, and if we need to I can put another tier up here, but I'd prefer not to because it's going to be sticking out a little bit and we're going to have to work out how to support it so that it looks good. When I get back up on the edge there, I just want to be able to catch the corner if I can. Yep, there's a sapling drop then. Okay, alright, so we've got some sticks which we can use. Didn't seem to get a lot of saplings drop there, which is a little bit of a worry. We started off with 12. Let's have a look and see how we go. I'll probably need to have a bit of a nibble first. So we got 3 only from there, which is a little bit of a worry. What we will do though is we will grab what we can from down here. Oi. That looked like we got a slightly better drop that time. There we go, we're up to 7 now and we haven't even done the top layer, so that's not too bad. Although our lovely scythe is starting to show some signs. So here's what we've done. I've put a stairway in here and that allows me to get up, and the mobs seem to have problems with micro blocks, so that makes it a little bit harder for them to get to me. I may even look at putting just a fence line around the back here so that I am actually protected. I had to put an extra layer of railing on the top here because it actually still treats you as standing a block and a half tall on the fence post there. I need some more willow just to finish this end piece off here because I think it does look better if it goes all the way around, but that's not too bad. But now we can stand and push up against here and just work our way along. And again at the next level. And if we're lucky we might just be able to reach, maybe not. Sounds like we've got company. Yeah, we've got company. Hi guys. See, they seem to have a problem with the micro blocks. Let's go down here, see whether they can actually get down or not. Okay, that's looking much better for saplings. That's definitely going to be a net gain. Now we will lose a few, of course, when we go to having them all side by side, because we won't get the gaps in between anymore. But hopefully we'll get enough to at least get a return. You see how these guys, they have serious problems with the stairs, which means, I mean, I can still get attacked from lots of directions, but they're really having trouble pathing down. So let's try here and see how we go. And boom. Well, looks like we're going to need a couple of axes. That's not surprising. It's actually taken the top layer off, and it's pretty much taken the top layer off all the way to just short. So we might move it over a little bit and see if that does a better job. But first, we may have a problem with space. Hang on, I needed to make up some extra fences, so let's do that now. Because yeah, by the time the rest of this drops down, it could be a bit messy. May as well just throw that away. May as well break this axe here while we're at it. So we'll do it at this end, so we'll be sure to get these ones here in. Go, just a few that time, but that's okay. I think another stone axe should do the trick, so let's do that up now. We'll use the harder stone, I think, the basalt. Probably going to need another one, but we'll see how it all pans out. Bigger concern is whether I'm going to actually be able to fit it all. Alright, so we were hitting there the first time. If we come across, let's just aim for roughly the middle and see how that works. Still need a little bit more work, and it does look like the zombie there is trying real hard to get down to us, and he's finally done it, so I guess I'm gonna have to do a runner. See if I can get all of these logs before they despawn. That would be a bit of a bother. Now let's just make a run for it. I figured out why I couldn't run the other day too. If your water level gets too low, you slow down. But once it drops below a certain point, you actually, obviously it classes you as dehydrated. And that means that, where are we going to stick this? Down here will do for now. I do that all the time. That is so annoying. Okay, yeah, so as I was saying, there is obviously dehydration that comes into play. So I really do need, I think, to make sure that I keep my water up well above half at all times. So when you're reminding me to eat, can you also do me a favor and remind me to take a drink as well? And then we should be fine from there. No problems, okay? Okay, let's get back over there quickly before that stuff despawns. We'll make an axe while we're here so that we're at least safe while we're doing it, because we're going to have to work pretty quick, I suspect. And try not to die, of course. Hey zombie, I see you there. Alright, is he going to track me? Probably. Hopefully these guys have despawned. Well, there's one over here. As long as we can at least get the logs, even if we come back in the morning and finish chopping these trees. Anything left up there that we need to grab? Let's have a quick look. No, that looks fine. Oi! You stole my log. That's not very nice. I'm going to have to waste my axe killing you. Where are you? There you are. Now we're going to attract every zombie in the place here. There we go. Give me that back, you rotten beggar. Okay, hopefully there'll still be enough left in this axe to finish this job off. And then we can replant our saplings for the next round. And yes, there we go. And when I get... Am I full again? You're kidding me. That one's empty, thank goodness for that. Let's throw some stuff in there quickly. Don't need that, don't need that. Cabbage, probably eat that. Anything else here I can toss in there? The seeds for now. Okay, that should finish the job. So, I mean, that wasn't a full harvest, but it was just a fraction over half, so all in all that should be pretty good. Let's see how we go here. We want to leave 3. And that leaves us with still a fair bit of space, so we may as well gap these last few out so that we can get just a few extra saplings to start the roll. One there, and one there. Alright, so there we go. We have, and I've got the fence posts that I need to finish this off now. Don't like you being like that. Can I get up there and break that one? Let's have a shot. That one right there. That's better. Break you and toss you in here. There we go. So we have a Douglas fir tree farm. Rather pleased with that. And this area over here, we will level this out a little bit more. Probably take 2 layers off the top here and fill in at least 1, maybe 2 layers into the holes, so that the area is generally flat, and then we will look at putting the orchard in. But that's going to be a lot of grunt work, which I'll be doing off camera. So I need to unload this lot and tidy up my inventory. I use some of that basalt cobblestone from the mine to get an idea of how the layout is going to extend, where I'm going to be running the pillars, things like that. I've still got to go exploring for some redwood for the accents, and we'll certainly be doing that sometime soonish. Let me fill this up. Thank you. And let's just do a quick count up on how we finished up here. You and you and you, not you. Alright. Oh, that one's not full. Well, it is now. And is that one full? Yep. Alright, so there we go. That harvest netted us 12 stacks of logs, plus a little bit extra. So with it fully functional, we're going to get double that, so that's about 24 stacks of 16 logs, which is not too shabby and will certainly help when it comes to fuel and building supplies and all of those sorts of things. Now, as I was saying, I need to do a bit of tidying up, so I will meet you guys back down in the mines, and we will have a look at support beams and see if we can get some more copper. And I'll see you in a blink. Okay, so we're back inside. It's night time, which is probably the best time to be mining and caving, because it's going to reduce the spawns that you're likely to get in the surrounding caves, and if we bump into a cave, that would be great. What we need to do is set up a base, and what we're going to do first, obviously, is get some supports in place. Now, it looks like the edge is here, but I'm going to guess that the main seam will be about here. So what we're going to do is we'll come back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks, and we'll put our first support in right here where this torch is, and we'll drop it in here. Now, fingers crossed we don't do anything stupid. And how we're going to do this is we need to take, oh yes, I died. I I was killed by a spider just as I was about to drop down into the hole. He came out from the trees, and those things are so horrifyingly fast. So before we do anything, let's fix this little problem up first. So to make supports, hopefully I brought enough wood. The saw with logs will give us horizontal and vertical supports. And obviously we're going to want somewhere to stick them, which is why I brought the chests, because we don't want to be mining when our inventory is this full. So let's see how we go. We put some vertical ones down and some horizontals. I'm going to place the first one here. Actually, the first one here, I should say. And then we're going to dig our way around this. What I'm going to do first, actually, let's get some light down there for you, is place one into here. Now, why did you refuse? What have I done wrong? You should have gone in there. What's going on here? Right. What about there? What am I doing wrong? Has it been that long since I've done this? Do I have to put it like that? Okay. Vertical support beams. And then horizontal support beam should come off that. Now, I've done this before. I'm really not sure why the mechanics seem to have changed this much. What is going on? Let's try it one more time. No. Do we need 3 high now? Now I'm worried because I'm concerned that the support beams will support 5 in all directions and 1 above. And this makes me nervous as all hell. So let's try that again with 3 high. Will you now allow me to place one there? Okay. Strange. So we should have support now on the layer above, and we should be able to now work our way out. I'm not sure what was going on there. So let's widen this area out. So what we want to do is we want to have a little nook to start off with where we can. Oh, and this is the frustrating part. Knowing where the top of the seam is. It's probably just scattered stuff, so I'm going to leave that one up there for the time being. Put a support beam in and just continue to widen this area here out a little bit. Take that one out there. Now it does pay to bring a chisel with you, because although I want some basalt cobblestone, I also want to be able to get some smooth basalt, and we can do that with the chisel while we're working and just mine away. You can't, let's fix that hole up, shall we? Because smooth blocks don't fall, you can't actually chisel the underside of a block. Well, you're not supposed to be able to. Why did that one chisel? That's a little strange. Okay, game's going to troll me today. That's alright, we don't mind. So let's just chisel a few of these anyway, just so that we can grab the extra blocks. And we probably want to go in a little bit deeper here so that we've got a little bit of room to get around. So basically what you want to do is you want to set down your first corner, then you want to go about 10 blocks in that direction, and you want to place another support beam and bring that one back. Let's just make some space first, that'll do for now, and let's get this chest down here and get the extra out of the way. Throw that water away. I'm going to keep the ladders on me. I can't put the saw away, of course, but I can throw that knife away, which I'm not likely to use. The extra torches can go in there. The ladders I'll keep hold of. The thatch is not going to be that important to us. And we might even consider making a little tool rack down here, just to see how we go. Alright, so there and there. So we are going to basically be going 5 blocks in this direction, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I should be able to come this way. Hang on a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yes, I can come this way 4. And it will then support for 5 more in that direction. So it supports 5 blocks from the last block that's being supported. So we can actually go a little bit wider, and that's what we're going to do down here. We're going to come back this way. Now we've got 1, 2, and then we want to go, should be able to go 5 more safely without any problem. Oh, we got a gem then. You see that pop out? And that was an agate. Now, they're used for protection meters. We'll worry about those at another time. And need to get some light down here. We can see what we're doing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, and then we need to go back 3, 4 this way. So just want to see, because it does, oh no, there is more through here. That's what I was wondering about. Are we going to hit the edge of the vein or not? Nope, still going, which is good. Now it is possible to just mine out the individual blocks, and you will quite often find that you can work safely that way. The thing is, one cave in can bring it all apart. The last thing you really want is to have your very first ore vein completely destroyed through a cave in, because cave ins do break the they basically turn all of this into junk, cobblestone, and there's not a great deal that you can do about it. Let's grab some more of these quickly and Should be able to throw one more in there, and that should be the limit. Don't think we can go any further this way. Nope. So we've now got support for 5 directions back, 5 directions on either side, and 5 blocks through here. So we've actually got a double cover in the center here. So what we can now do is we can work in 5 directions from 5 blocks from here back into the wall, and then if necessary we can lay in another support beam. So what I'm going to do now is take this stuff out, and I definitely want some basalt cobblestone, so I'll avoid the chiseling for a little while. Alright, so I'm going to work my way back, and I'll come back when I've opened up this area a little bit more, okay? Okay, so now we've got a little bit of an area opened out and supported. There's something else that I wanted to talk about. I've also, just because I was feeling paranoid, gone and double checked the wiki, and it's actually 4 blocks, not 5. So from that block there, it will support 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks in that direction. That one there also supports 4, so we've actually got plenty of overlap here, but I stopped at this point because it looks like we're running out of the rock and I haven't got any ores showing up. Now, I did originally place a center support beam in here, which allowed me to go this way further, but now that I've got this one down over here, I don't need the center support. So to save supports, I've taken that one out. What you do have to be wary of is, now this supports, as I said, 4 directions, so it will support the rock above here without any problem. But if I try to mine this ore out here, there's a risk that the lower layers will actually collapse. So once you've got your supports in for your ceiling, you should always be mining from the top down, and that way you can be sure that you're not going to have a collapse and lose ore. And obviously we can only go 1, 2, 3, 4 deep in this direction before we lose support, and we need to start looking at putting down additional beams. So the other thing is, sometimes like just in here, you'll get to a point where you get into the corner, but you know that you're going to have to go in behind for some reason, and if that's the case, it is quite possible to dig down a little bit and put a tall support like this in, because this is still supported area here, and now we've got more support going in that direction as we need it, and I can mine anything that's snuck in behind there, or I can open up the area around here more and look at putting down supports in more appropriate places. So I am now going to clear out as much of this as I can, and I'll come back and we'll have a look at what the end result is. Okay, so our pick is about to die. We've only got a few hits left in it, and I think it's only fair that we keep this one, considering it was our first. That little effort, as you can see, has netted us 18 stacks of native copper, and there is still a lot of copper here. As you can see, once you've got the ceiling supported, you can dig down quite happily, as long as you're careful not to dig underneath things, and you can basically slowly strip mine your way down without too much hassle. And all I've really had to do is place a pillar over there to support the center of this area. It does look like this area around here is pretty much the full vein, so we've got most of it supported anyway. I might have to extend that way a little bit. We've also picked up an absolute ton of basalt rock, which we can now convert into cobblestone. We're right out of water, and with a broken pick, that means that it's probably time to head home. So I'll throw those ones up there because we're not likely to need them at the moment, and we will take a couple of stacks of this with us. And what else? What else? We can leave the ladders behind because I do want some more basalt to finish off the borders of the new house. In fact, how does that stack again? Let's just find out. 16 and 16 gives us 32, so we should be able to grab a couple more without too much hassle. So that will keep us going for a little while. Pretty much everything else here I want to keep on me. The prospector's pick, well, we're going to be going looking for bismuth at some point, but for now let's head upstairs, see whether it's daytime or nighttime, and head home with our spoils. And of course the awesome part is that mine is literally right next door, so we're cooking. I can't pick that up at the moment, of course. I'll just do that just to keep anything odd from deciding to visit us. Missing a sapling over there. Looks like we're missing a couple. Now we are going to need these willow trees because we're going to need a lot of firewood. And the reason for that is that the next step, now that we've got a whole bunch of copper to work with, is we need to have a serious look at building our first forge, and we're going to need a chunk of charcoal to do that. Whoa, that wasn't part of the plan. Okay, we can use you. Just have to watch those numbers. Okay, so we're going to have to lay out a forge, and we'll do that in the next episode because I think we've hit time for now. So thanks for joining me again, and I look forward to seeing you next time around. Until then, take care of each other, and ciao for now.